Hey y'all, so I just wanted to make a quick video. I recently posted a new blog post titled I Am Not Alone. And I feel like this has just been the message that God wants to get, has wanted to get through to me in the past couple weeks. So I am currently going to therapy. I found an amazing therapist. I'm going to therapy for a phobia, which is a completely different video for a different day. But in these therapy sessions, I have been really digging deep into my childhood and the emotions that I've attached to certain experiences. And so last week after this one session, I just left feeling super just open, like I had exposed some emotions, and then those emotions were still walking with me even after the session. And so I talk about in the blog how I had a moment with God in my office in prayer, and he was speaking to me, "You are not alone. I've always been with you." And I was writing down the things that I felt like he was saying to me. And it was just the same thing, and just in different ways. You are not alone. I've always been with you. I've always been there standing with you. Think back on those times. You'll see me there. It was the same thing, just in different ways. And I just wanted to share the image or the visual that God gave me. I didn't explain this in the blog post, but I wanted to explain this on video because it's a lot easier for me to explain verbally. So in some movies, there's someone who is maybe attracted to someone, or who is looking after someone, or who wants to get to know someone, and they're can be seen in the same coffee shop, or at the same park, or at the same gathering, and the person who they're following or want to get to know doesn't know them. They don't recognize, or they don't realize that they're there in the same space. And it's not until later in the movie that when they meet and they think back onto all those points when they're like, "Oh yeah, you were there. I didn't even know that you were there. I didn't even realize that that was you." But now that they recognize this person, they realize that that person was there all along. And I feel like that's the image that God gave me. He was like, "You recognize me now. You know my voice. You feel my presence. You know what my presence feels like today." And so think back on those times, and you can see me. You can feel me in those times. You'll recognize now that that was me. I was there with you all along. Y'all, when I received that visual from God, that's the point when I was just like, "Okay, Lord, thank you." I was over the top, because that visual alone just reminded me that I am not alone. I've never been alone. God has always been with me, even in the times that I didn't realize he was there. Today, when I think about how when those memories or those experiences are attached to loneliness, I can cancel that out, because I know that that's not the truth. And that I just wanted to talk about that, because that encouraged me so much, and it's something that I have been standing on to get through, to push through a certain level in my therapy process. And I hope that this encourages you to know that you are not alone. And even in the times that you have felt like things were too scary, or things were too lonely, just know that God has always been with you. He will always be with you. He is with you now. And stand on that. Know that you are never alone. You are never alone. And so I just wanted to come on and say that real quick. So thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.